Okay, welcome to another motorcycle feature. Right in front of you is the CF Moto Papio XO. This is a 125cc motorcycle that I think is a very small toy bike. So, let's go. Alright, let me show you the instrument cluster. So you have your RPM, that is analog, and a digital part for your speedometer, your gear indicator, your time, your fuel gauge, and your trip meter. So this bike has already 4,023 kilometers on it. Okay, for the controls, you have your passing light, your high beam, and then you have your horn, turn signals, and on the right side you have your kill switch, you have your hazard, and then a throttle that only has one adjustment, so it's a lot easier. Yeah, there's only one cable for that. And then for your bar and mirrors, this is the traditional or the iconic CF Moto bar and mirrors that when you misplace it, you can actually just clip it back on. So on the left side, you can see the headers mounted there, and then the O2 sensor, and then it's routed to the back. So the taillight has a very unique design, and as you can notice, the tailpipe is located under the seat. So for prolonged use, there's actually heat produced for the seat. And then I think for the passenger, it feels very cramped as well. So in my opinion, if you have a passenger always, it's not recommended because you have a very tight space to move on. For your seat, you have a lot of padding, so it's comfortable. Okay, for the fuel cup, let me show you how it works. So yes, this is already keyed in, and then it actually removes as a whole. But when you return it, you can actually just push it down for it to lock on. Alright, all good, secured. Okay, so for the front, I think these are two projector lights, and that's actually unique for this motorcycle. See how strong it is? And this one if you're using your high beam. So there. So see how strong the lights are. For your turn signals, you can actually see it below the headlights, and it's nicely integrated with the body. So you have a tar hugger with an integrated turn signal in it. So what I've noticed is this has mist in it or moisture, and I'm familiar with this kind of turn signals. They tend to be flimsy and easily breaks off. So please be careful with this. They also integrated a spool insert, so you can actually use a paddock stand to clean the chain. So you can access the chain at the lower section. Okay, so let's have a height check for this motorcycle. Spoilers, this is really small. So my height is 5'6" with a 30-inch inseam. Okay, so what it feels like is it's really cramped in here. So you need to relax your arms when riding this. When I try to move back, there's actually something here that's pushing me back or holding me back to move further. Also, the bike is really light, so it's easy to maneuver around. The thing about it is because it's small and light, you need to be very careful and very mindful when riding this motorcycle. So yeah, this is what it looks like for a 5'6" riding the Papio XO125.
Hello everyone, so welcome to the ride review of the Papio XO1, and this is a 125cc motorcycle. So this is the smallest displacement motorcycle that I'm going to feature on this channel. So today we'll be going to Fresco, Malacanang to get some coffee. Oh, a Type R. To get some coffee there, and yeah, let's make content there as well. Oh look, an Evo. Wow, a dream. Nice. And yes, this is a very tiny motorcycle that can fit to a lot of tight spaces, and I thought this is a really good one because I can fit to the tiniest spaces possible. And it's hassle free. Since we're in traffic, I wanted to notice something. Oh, look, another space. Yeah. We can easily fit, and we can, like, how do I say this? Like, we can easily filter through traffic. Oh yeah. So what I can say is, for this motorcycle, this is a very humble motorcycle because you only have 125 cc's. And yeah, as you saw there, it went false neutral. So when you're shifting from first gear to second gear, make sure that you're going to press on the, or going to lift the shifter pedal really hard, because there are tendencies where you shift light, it's going to neutral. And we're going to have a speed test here in Quirino Ave. Also, there's a shift, there's a RPM limiter. Oh, it has 6 gears. Okay, this is the first time. I didn't review it, I didn't check the specs, but okay, this is a 6-speed gearbox. That's cool, that's cool. And I'm reaching speeds at 80. I don't know if I can push this bike any further because the wheels are really small. It just has 12 inches size of wheels there, so it's going to be hard. And about the wheels, because it's really small, it's going to be challenging on this kind of roads. As you can see here, it's as if the steering is fighting against you. So you need to be really relaxed on the way you hold the handlebar. And there's a challenge there because this bike is really small. You need to it feels very cramped, so actually relaxing on the handlebars is also challenging, but it's fun to use. And that 125cc is no thing to underestimate. You can still cut in traffic. By the way, the tires are already replaced. These are not the stock tires. I forgot what tires they put. And by the way, the owner of this motorcycle was the guy I was with when I was riding the 10R. And as you can see, that guy can really pull. I think it's fun coming from a liter bike going to a 125. Like, you can see the difference, but it's equally fun in different ways. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm having fun on this small motorcycle. And not only that, it's also unique in a way that people get curious when they see you on the road. Surprisingly, the bar and mirrors are useful. Even though it has limited visibility, it's still effective in my opinion. Okay, oh no, here we go. So the challenge here is having a really small bike and I won't fit. Now for the fuel consumption of this thing, of course it only has a very small engine. But in my case, where as you saw earlier that I'm always at the higher RPM, I think I'm going to consume more gas. But this has a 7-liter fuel tank. That is a lot. It's very economic. Also for braking, this has ABS. As you can see here, this is on second gear, and if you're having troubles finding neutral, you can always just rev the engine a bit, so you will find neutral easily. What the? I'll just stay on the left. Now in terms of leaning this bike, I don't fully recommend it because of course you have a very small tire and your contact point or your contact patch is not that wide. And because of its weight as well, I mean, there's not much force pushing down. Now I can't go to the physics of that thing, but you know, it's not really confidence inspiring for me to lean the bike. So yeah, that's one thing to note if you're really into like leaning and stuff. For braking, however, for this bike, it's way a lot, even for the rear. See how tight the grip is. I'm a push forward And this one, if you're bored in traffic, you can actually tweak this. It won't come off. I tried it, I played with it. But if you're bored in traffic, you can always play with this. For your clutch lever, it's not adjustable, but it's really light. And what the fuck is that? Okay, let me fix that later on. Well, that's a concern. Oh, by the way, for the suspension on the front, this has an upside down fork. So it's really small, but I think it adds to the cool factor of the motorcycle. So if there's a lot of debris on the road, it's going to be challenging for this bike, or for the rider itself, to balance it. Okay, so now we're approaching Presco Coffee. I'll just get some coffee and have a nice drink. During Sundays or weekends, I can actually park on that end, but since it's a weekday, I don't know now, maybe I'll just park in front. So there's an incline here, and I'm on second gear. The motorcycle, this motorcycle is doing fine. You just need to work on the clutch more. I don't know for steeper hills, but as of now it's doing fine. Okay, so for my height of 5'6", I'm actually kind of leaned or hunched forward, and I'm trying to relax my elbows like this, because if you have very stiff elbows, a lot of input is going to the steering or the handlebars. So the minimal input that you give to the handlebars has a huge impact. So especially on low speeds, you're going to feel how much the steering is going to like wobble left and right like that, because the steering is really low. It feels like I'm floating. So for the first time of me riding this, coming from a very huge motorcycle, it feels like I'm floating. I don't see the dashboard unless I look down. But yes, now I expected this to be kind of to have a lot of vibrations, but it's actually fine. The vibration for the handlebars is merely felt. You don't really feel it. Nice. Cool. You just need to further know the bike, you know, in order to operate it optimally. When I first ridden this, I was like really adjusting really hard, because I was trying to understand how a 125cc engine works, because you know, I'm very fond of strong engine motorcycles where you barely need to mix the clutch and the throttle. But yeah, riding this overall is fun, but I do not really recommend this using as your commuter, especially when you're traveling on this sort of traffic where there are bigger vehicles alongside you. It's a bit of a risk. And then for the Philippine roads, especially here in Quirino Ave, I don't know, I can't recommend it, because I don't think it's safe, you know. Unlike a scooter where you have more leverage because the handlebars are really wide and your elbows are curved, this one is, you're like riding a small sport bike, and your handling should be more relaxed. So you know, there's a bit of handicap happening. So I suggest this if you're a solo rider. This is fine as a commuter, but again, you need to be very mindful of the obstacles, the vehicles that ride or drive along you, either small or big. So yeah, that's my takeaway for the Papio EXO. So I know there's a promo going on. This is currently priced at 110,000 Philippine pesos at Motostrada. You guys can check it out there for you to sit on it as well. I don't know if they provide test rides, but I think it's a very nice bike to have. So yeah, surprisingly, this is a enjoyable motorcycle to ride. So for this channel, it's kind of new because I usually ride big displacements, and now we have a 125. So I think that plays a nice role or nice part for the channel, for the variety of motorcycles that I can test and ride. So before we end it, I'm very thankful to Alvin for letting me borrow his Papio XO. It's a very cool bike. I like it.